I remember watching Space Jam as a kid, seeing Michael Jordan doing all those crazy dunks and thinking to myself, man, one day I want to do that. I worked on exercises that I thought were effective until I got my first dunk. Fast forward to now, I wish that someone told me what I'm about to tell you so that I could get to a 45-inch vertical sooner. I'm going to show you the 5 levels of plyometrics that you need to jump higher, but before we do that, we got to go over some rules. Never progress too fast, never skip steps, and never jump in pain. You got it? Okay. Levels 1 through 4 are extensive plyometrics designed to help you absorb and produce force quickly. So usually these are low intensity. You can do it for a longer duration. We're talking 30, 40 seconds. And the main goal is get off the ground as quick as you can, decreasing that contact time. Because the quicker you can get off the floor, the faster and the higher you'll jump. Level 1 is all about building your base and your foundation, because if your foundation sucks, you're gonna run into issues later, and we don't want that. So the most basic thing you can do is skipping. For skipping, the key is to make sure that you're staying relaxed. Keep your entire body extended. Do not curl up into a ball. Keep your arms closed, and most importantly, don't attack the floor. Stay on the balls of your feet and pop off the ground as quick as you can. The same rules apply to band-assisted hops. All you gotta do, find a band, find a squat rack or a bar. You're gonna wrap the band around the bar. Then all you do from here is just grab hold of the band, and we're just gonna be doing pogo hops. Staying on the balls of your feet and hopping as quick as you can. The bands are cool because what they do is they decrease your body weight while you jump, meaning you'll be able to jump quicker, you'll be able to jump faster. So when you get off the bands, ooh, it's gonna feel like you got superpowers, super bounce. This is level 2. We're gonna be increasing the intensity by increasing our jump height, going from ankle to shin height. And because of the higher intensities, you're going to be able to produce and absorb more force. So you can do things like higher pogo hops or even small hurdle jumps. Now, as you increase height, the most important thing is arm swing. You have to swing up as you jump. It's just going to help you be more smoother. Timing is extremely important, because if your timing is off, you're not going to be as smooth and you'll decrease the height of your jump. Try to jump as high as you can with no arm swing or with negative arm swing. I can't even think about doing it right. It's weird. You just got to make sure that when you're arm swinging, you're swinging those elbows back as you dip down and swinging those arms up as you extend and jump off the ground. Hurdle hops is the same concept. We're just adding some forward movement. You just got to make sure that you are popping off the balls of your feet. And when you land, you gotta sink in through your hips. Absorb your contact through your hips and not your knees. That way, you're gonna stay on balance. Level 3 is where we add bounding and small depth drops. For bounds, you're just hopping from one leg to another. Still applying the same concept, popping off the balls of your feet. It looks pretty simple, but you can get really sloppy with this very easily. And we have depth drops. Not to be confused with depth jumps. Depth jumps, there's more ground contact time and you're more working on max jumping. For depth drops, it's all about speed of the rebound, dropping from a safe distance and popping off the floor as quick as you can. For this, you want to start at a low box height, maybe 6 to 12 inches, and then progress from there. For the bounds, because we're still low intensity, you can either go for time or yards. Let's say 30 seconds, 5 to 10 yards. And the fun part about bounds, you don't always have to go forward, you also have lateral bounds. All fun, is good to have some variety. Level 4 is where we ramp up the intensity a little bit, single leg jumps. Single leg pogos, band assisted pogos, hurdles, and depth drops. And the same rules from before apply. You want to start off at a low height and progress in height as you get better. And level 5 is where we have our intensive plyometrics, max height, max distance. These are last because they're the most intense, and the first 4 levels are meant for you to build your foundation, build your tissue capacity, and build your strength before coming here, because if you skip steps and try to go max out too soon, this is what's gonna happen. The most important thing here, 100% intent on your jumps. Don't half-ass your jumps here. Don't go through the motions. Don't get 50, 70, 80%. It's not enough. 100% effort. This is where big adaptations are made. This is the most intense because you're putting your body through so much intensity and so much tension. And because of the intensity, you want to keep your reps low. This is not CrossFit. This is not an endurance test. You want to stay between the 3 to 5 rep range. And rest between 2 to 5 minutes. The reps are low because you want maximum quality. This is where you can start doing your depth jumps, your single leg bounds, your broad jumps, and possibly the best exercise for increasing vertical jump, max approach jumps. Because if you want to max out your vertical jumps, you should be jumping at your max. And not only that, max approach jumps also helps you work on your jumping technique, because fun fact, you can add a couple inches into your vertical jump just by cleaning up your technique. Those are the 5 levels of plyometrics. Now some rules to add to your workout routine. Extensive plyometrics can be done 2 to 4 times a week because they're low intensity. Intensive max out plyometrics 1 to 2 times a week. If you're going 2 times a week, you got to make sure that you're spacing them out at least 3 days apart. Maximum recovery, maximum quality. And most importantly, you got to start at your level. Do not try to rush through this process. If there was one thing I wish I did when I was younger, it would be listening to my body, because I did everything. I did the crazy plyometrics, high reps, high intensity, doing it sore, doing it in pain. Trust me when I tell you, it's not worth it. So just make sure that you're staying safe, but get bouncy.